¿Qué tal, camaradas? ¿Cómo estamos? Muy buenos días tengan todos ustedes. Estamos aquí reunidos para llevar a cabo un tema de común importancia. Ok, es un tema que ustedes ya conocen muy bien. Vamos a continuar practicando lo que hemos llevado hasta ahorita, que es el simple past. Ok, my friends. So for this, we're going to go to our books. So please get your books and let's open them over the module 3, ¿ok? Para que se acuerden, ya habíamos hablado de varias personas importantes del pasado. Primero hablamos de Da Vinci, luego nos fuimos a varios personajes heroicos y lo que continúa es una actividad acerca del Thanksgiving, ¿ok? ¿Qué es el Thanksgiving? Bien, ya les había hecho un video previamente de esto, entonces esta vez vamos a ver la parte histórica porque ya habíamos visto la parte de celebración. Vamos por la parte histórica. So my friends, pay attention. It says, Culture Corner, the pilgrims sailing to a new life. Okay, and here it goes, our first exercise. Okay, here you can see the, it says, who were the pilgrims? So please pay attention, my friends. Give me a second. Let me see if all my settings are okay. Yeah, they are. Okay, here we go again. And pay attention.
They were people who sailed from England and settled in North America in 1620.
Okay, as I told you before, this is kind of the introduction to the story of Thanksgiving. Okay, so let's pay attention. It says, the pilgrim sailing to a new life. Voyage to America. Okay, but before starting, I want you to practice our pronunciation work. Okay, so please let me listen to you. Okay, pilgrims sail newly discovered land, ship, captain, voyage, voyage, ill, settle, survive, native, hunt, crops, corn, celebrate, feast, harvest, celebration, tradition. Okay. Then now it says voyage or voyage, if you want it in French. Okay, voyage to America. On September 6th, 1620, 100 people sailed from England for a better life in North America, a newly discovered land. They called this land the New World. Their ship was called the Mayflower, and its captain was Christopher Jones. Bad weather made the voyage very difficult, and many people became ill. After 66 days, these first pilgrims finally saw land. They settled in an area where they started a new town, Plymouth. Life in the New World. At first, life wasn't easy for the pilgrims, and only about half of them survived their first winter. The Native Americans who lived there taught them how to fish and hunt and grow crops such as corn, celebrating the first harvest. In the fall of 1621, the pilgrims had a big feast with all the foods from their first harvest. Every year after that, the people had a similar celebration, and this harvest feast soon became a very important American tradition called Thanksgiving. Okay, so my friends, now we need to answer true or false. Okay, so please, if you didn't pay attention, read again. And once you read, you're going to be able to complete this in order to check all the things, okay? So please pay attention and reread if necessary. Okay. Let's see. It's still loading this stuff. Please give me some minutes. Well, I think a couple of minutes. Okay, it's not working. Let's see what's going on. I think there's a trouble with the audio sync. It's already here. Okay, so here it goes. Pay attention.
The Pilgrims, sailing to a new life. Voyage to America. On September 6, 1620, 100 people sailed from England for a better life in North America, a newly discovered land. They called this land the New World. Their ship was called the Mayflower, and its captain was Christopher Jones. Bad weather made the voyage very difficult, and many people became ill. After 66 days, these first pilgrims finally saw land. They settled in an area where they started a new town, Plymouth. Life in the New World. At first, life wasn't easy for the Pilgrims, and only about half of them survived their first winter. The Native Americans who lived there taught them how to fish and hunt and grow crops such as corn. Celebrating the first harvest. In the fall of 1621, the Pilgrims had a big feast with all the foods from their first harvest. Every year after that, the people had a similar celebration. And this harvest feast soon became a very important American tradition called Thanksgiving.
Okay, my friends, so as you could listen, it's kind of easy. So if you have any question or something, reread and then you'll get the answers. Okay. Also, part of this, we have a short part. Oops. Sorry, let me go back. Sorry. Give me some time. It's loading again. Okay, so let's wait for a while and we'll go there again. Okay, which is over here. Okay, it says use the words from check these words box in the correct form to complete the summary. Check these words. Pilgrim, sail, newly discovered, land, ship, captain, voyage, ill, settle, survive, native, hunt, crops, corn, celebrate, feast, harvest, celebration, and tradition. Okay, so the thing now is to complete all this paragraph with all the words. Well, not all the words, but some of the words we have over here. Okay. So if you have questions, remember you have the platform where you can check in order to answer as soon as possible. Okay, then let's see. Our next exercise is still loading. I think I'm having some trouble for loading today. Okay, so please wait. Here it goes. Is this one? Okay, let's go.
About a year ago, a ship arrived carrying a big group of people.
Oh, sorry. It says imagine you were one of
About
the
a year ago, a ship arrived carrying.
natives in 3 minutes. Try sentences describing the pilgrims' arrival and setting in and your feelings about them. Okay, it says
A
there.
big group of people. They spoke a strange language and wore strange clothes. We were scared at first, but not anymore. We even helped them to plant crops and hunt on our land. They had a big feast to celebrate the harvest, and they invited us.
Okay, my friends, so please write as many sentences as you can in 3 minutes. Now it says, think of a traditional celebration in your country. For example, Day of the Dead, Christmas, don't know what else. Let's say Holy Week, well, the Easter season. Okay. Collect the information, then write a few sentences about it. Write name, when and why you celebrate it, how you celebrate, how it started, tell the class. For example,
a traditional celebration in my country is the Day of the Dead. Every year on November 2nd, People in my country celebrate their friends and family members who passed away. It is a way to remember them. People make their favorite dishes and special desserts like sugar skulls and put flowers and gifts on graves. The Day of the Dead is a very old celebration. Thousands of years ago, the Aztec people celebrated it in honor of the goddess of the dead for a whole month every year.
Okay, so it's kind of easy. Just think of any celebration we have here in Mexico, and it's all that what you have to do. Okay, and well, we also have this 3D, but you can check that after you finish the first part about the pilgrims. Okay, because the 3D it's something similar, but this time it's in order to practice your pronunciation with conversations. Okay. It's loading. Okay, now we can see it. It says these are some of the activities visitors can do at a popular living history museum in the USA called Colonial Williamsburg. Listen and say. Okay, so it says go on a tour of historical buildings and gardens, see people in traditional clothing, watch a reenactment of the battle, see actors playing famous people in history. Then it says, listen and say, how was your weekend? Pay
How
attention.
was your weekend?
It was great, thanks.
It was great, thanks.
Did you have a nice time?
Did you have a nice time?
Yes, it was fantastic.
Yes, it was fantastic.
That sounds interesting.
That sounds interesting.
Did you have a nice weekend?
Did you have a nice weekend?
I didn't do anything special.
I didn't do anything special.
Okay, my friend, so it's just a matter of pronunciation. Then here we have a conversation that you have to practice. So pay attention, okay?
Oh, hi, John. How was your weekend?
It was great, thanks. I went on a day trip to Colonial Williamsburg on Saturday.
Oh, really? I'd really like to go there. Did you have a nice time?
Yes, it was fantastic. First of all, we went on a tour of some historical buildings and gardens. Then we met actors playing famous people from the past, like George Washington, who told us about life in the 18th century.
That sounds very interesting.
It was. The best part of the day, though, was when we watched a reenactment of the Battle of Williamsburg. How about you? Did you have a nice weekend?
Oh, I didn't do anything special. I just hung out with my friends and went to my grandmother's for Sunday lunch.
John went on a day trip to Colonial Williamsburg last weekend. He went on a tour of some historical buildings and gardens. He met actors playing famous people from the past, like George Washington. He also watched a reenactment of the Battle of Williamsburg.
Okay, my friends, so you just have to practice that same conversation, okay? And you have to check for some sentences that mean what we have in the charts. Well, I mean in the squares. Okay, so it's easy. And finally, as I told you, you have to pronounce, okay? So listen.
Actors.
Actors.
Around.
Around.
Special.
Special.
Survive.
Survive.
Village.
Village.
Weekend.
Weekend.
Battle.
Battle.
Include.
Include.
Garden.
Garden.
Famous.
Famous.
Invent.
Invent.
Saturday.
Saturday. Okay, and this is the last part where you have to talk about your weekend, okay, as it says here.
Hi, Jenny. How was your weekend?
It was great,
For
thanks.
example, like that.
I went to the movies on Saturday, and on Sunday I went to the beach.
Oh, really? Did you have a nice time?
Yes, it was great. What about you? Did you have a good weekend?
Oh, I didn't do anything special. I just read a book, and then on Sunday I went to the movies.
Okay, my friends, so those are the tasks you have for this day. So please work, and don't forget no se les olvide, tienen que subir su trabajo a Brightspace con las páginas correspondientes, que son estas que tenemos aquí. Ok. Les recuerdo, nos tocan 3C y 3D, que corresponden a las páginas 38 y 39. Ok. Entonces, por favor, a trabajar.